be on EPCC's Writing Centers by Vanessa Zuniga. This session will be recorded so that you may come back to it later if you need, and so others who may have missed out on today's events will be able to come and watch it. This event will provide Tejano passport points, and the code will be posted in the chat at the end of the session. Thank you. So now at this time, please mute your mics for the best sound experience. Otherwise, the feedback could interfere with information we will be sharing with you today. Without further ado, I'll pass it on to Ms. Zuniga so that we may begin.
Ms. Zuniga, you might have to unclick your microphone and then click it again.
Multiply straight across. You can turn on your mic if it's easier.
Thank you for your patience as she refreshes. She'll be right back to join us. Hopefully her microphone will work by then.
While we wait, has anyone used the Writing Center before? Has anyone been? Who has been told to go to the Writing Center for their classes before? I see we got one person. Anybody else? Okay, so a few of you are familiar with the Writing Center. When you went to the Writing Center, how was your experience? How about who's ever had to do a citation before? Those things can be tricky, right?
Alrighty then. Vanessa, if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and continue with the PowerPoint. Ms. Ballinger did comment that when giving library instruction sessions at Mission Library, that they do sometimes have faculty request Writing Center come in and give a brief presentation. So maybe you all have experienced presentations in your classes as well. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the EPCC writing centers throughout the 5 campuses of El Paso Community College. I'm glad to see that most of you are familiar with the writing centers. They're a very helpful free resource where you can get assistance with anything that has to do with your writing classes. Let's go ahead and begin the presentation. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Writing Center's mission statement. We're going to go over a little bit about what the Writing Center entails, visiting in person and online. We'll give you the breakdown of a Writing Center session. We'll also discuss different types of resources that the Writing Center provides. We'll cover the Grammarly EDU, a way to contact any of the staff from the Writing Center, and we'll also go over other locations throughout the district. And if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll cover some frequently asked questions. Okay, so the Writing Center is in all 5 campuses, but the mission statement for the Writing Center is to provide outstanding one-to-one writing assistance for our students. The Writing Center, the assistance that they focus on seeks to inspire academic, professional, and personal growth in all writers. We all have that talent inside of us. We just need to bring it out. We invite the students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the surrounding community at any stage of the writing process. The mission statement also includes that they create an accessible learning environment to help our community learn, improve, and gain confidence in their writing skills. We foster engagement with faculty who assign and evaluate writing assignments through collaboration and innovative pedagogical resources. The Writing Center also provides a welcoming atmosphere where students can engage with the writing in new ways so they become confident writers with the tool set to navigate their academic experience.
Hi, Donna. Sorry to interrupt. However, I have Miss Zuniga here with the working mic, and we're good to go.
Excellent.
Thank you so much
So
for taking over.
my pleasure.
you
So
so
with
much.
that, I will turn it over to Vanessa for the last sentence of the Writing Center's vision.
Yeah, so ultimately our vision is to just be an overall really well resource for students and the community in their education and their writing journeys. So what is the Writing Center? Our sessions are collaborative, and we hope to develop student skills as writers, editors, and readers. Like our mission statement said, we help at any and all stages of the writing process, from brainstorming and understanding prompts. So if you receive your prompt from your instructor and you're not sure what it is they're looking for, or you're not sure how to even begin writing your essay, we can help you with coming up with your ideas. We can help you with your first drafts, and then all the way till your final edits when you want us to look at grammar, and if you want us to look at MLA, APA, and Chicago citations as well. We help with all kinds of writing. It doesn't have to be a class assignment, so we can also help with resumes, job applications, scholarships, and creative writing. So if you write poetry or short stories or movie scripts on your own, we can also help with that as well. Okay, we recommend that you do not show up right before class because this doesn't give you the time you need to be able to make any of the changes that we talk about during your session. Typically, most of our sessions will be about 15 to 30 minutes. So if you come in right before class, this doesn't really leave you a lot of time to make those corrections or suggestions that we offer you. You will only be given a verification form after completing your session with a tutor. So we do offer verification forms if your instructor makes it mandatory or extra credit for coming to see us, but you will only get it after you have a completed session. I just want to also mention that we are not an editing service and we are not a proofreading service. So our job ultimately is to help you become better writers. So you can't drop off your essay. You can't say, hey, I'll come back and pick this up in a couple of hours. You have to be present for the session because ultimately we're trying to help you improve your skills as writers. Okay, so So this is about the Valle Verde campus. So we are located in room A 1425, and we're open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can also visit us virtually if you go to our website, epcc.edu/services/writing center. And we're open virtually Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So this is how a session would typically go. So when you join us either virtually or in person, we'll greet you and pair you with a tutor as well as sign you in to MyScio. So we'll ask you for your EPCC ID number, so make sure you have that handy. Your session will be collaborative one-on-one session, so your tutor will ask you anything specific that you want to work on. They'll usually limit it to 3 things. For example, if you want to focus only on your citations, we can look at your in-text citations and then your works cited or reference page. You can also have them focus on grammar or sentence structure, your thesis statement, things like that. At the end of the session, they'll ask you if you have any other questions or if there's any other ways that they can help you. And then that's when you will receive your verification form. For in-person sessions, they change color every semester. This semester they're purple, and it'll have your name, your ID number, the class that the assignment is for, which tutor helped you, and how long they helped you for. And you will write a sentence or 2 about what it is you learned during your session, and then when you're signing out at the front desk, they will stamp it for you. If you visit us virtually, you will also be getting a verification form. They will ask you for your EPCC email, and they will write a short, brief summary of what it is you guys talked about during your session, as well as include helpful links that might help you in your writing process. So in person, we have a couple of resources that are available to you as students. We have handouts. These handouts have been created by our tutors and work to help guide you in understanding writing concepts and skills. We also have textbooks. For the most part, it's going to be our English textbooks. We have a writer's reference and the world literature textbooks that you can use during your time at the center. These can't be taken out of the center. But you are welcome to use them during your session or if you're working on your own to read your stories. We also have a take a book, leave a book. It's a little free library that you can use our books in the center, and you can also take them home and read them on your own. We are always accepting donations, so if you have any books that you no longer want to keep or hold on to, you can definitely bring them to us and we'll accept them and we'll put them in our little library. We also have virtual resources that can be helpful as well. The handouts that we have are going to be the same that we have in person, and you can access these 2 ways, which I'll go through a little bit right now. This is directly through our website and also through the EPCC library. We also have several video tutorials that are covered in our handouts, and these are accessible 3 ways: through our website, through EPCC library, and directly through YouTube. As EPCC students and staff, you also have access to Grammarly EDU, and we can help you create that. I will go through that as well right now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So Grammarly EDU is a really helpful tool because it is almost the equivalent of Grammarly Premium, but as EPCC faculty, staff, and students, you have access to it for free rather than paying $30 a month. So it's a really good tool to use and can help you with plagiarism detecting, citation formatting, and grammar. So this is how you can access our virtual resources. These links work, so you are able to click on them and visit them right now. If you go directly to our website, it's going to be on the left-hand side. It'll say more resources in My EPCC, and you'll click on that and it'll show you all of our PDF handouts that you have available to you. And you can also go through the library's website, and through there you'll go to, I forgot what it's called. Give me 1 second. It's I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's going to be there in on their page as well. On YouTube, if you want to find our video lessons, those, if you go directly to YouTube or through our website, if you go directly through YouTube, you'll have to search EPCC Writing Center, and it'll come up with a playlist of all of our videos that we have uploaded. So this is how you can create your Grammarly EDU account. In order to create your account, you have to go to this specific link. It's going to be grammarly.com/edu/signup. It's really important that you make sure you go to the EDU sign-up page, because if you go through the general sign-up page, you won't get access to Grammarly EDU. And you'll need a couple of things to create your account. First, you'll need your name, you'll need your EPCC email, and then you will create a password. From there, it'll send you a link to your EPCC email asking to verify the account, and then once you do that, it'll ask you a couple of questions to see how Grammarly can help you best. It'll ask you when you're graduating, what specifically you're using Grammarly for, and what specifically you think you need help with. Okay, so this next slide is going to show you how you can contact the Valle Verde Writing Center. As I mentioned before, we're going to be located in A1425. Our email for all of the EPCC writing centers is going to be epccwc@epcc.edu. And that will be our website, as I mentioned before, epcc.edu/services/writing center. And then if you have any questions, you are also welcome to call us at 915-831-2149. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier in the presentation, there is going to be a writing center at every campus. In case you're interested in visiting one of these other campuses, this is how you can contact them. We have the Mission del Paso, the Northwest Campus, the Rio Grande Campus, and the Trans Mountain Campus. As you can tell, their hours are all going to be a little bit different from Valle Verde's. So if you want, you can also take a picture of this. I'll give you guys some time to read through this. And I also wanted to mention that at the moment, Rio Grande's Writing Center is located in room A225, but they will be moving to B403 soon. I know they're still in the process of it, but they will be changing either during the summer semester or for sure in the fall semester. Okay, so these are some of our frequently asked questions. Can I drop off my essay? No. As I mentioned earlier, our sessions are collaborative with the students, and we aim to help you strengthen your skills. We also do not allow essays to be dropped off or emailed. Previously in previous semesters, we used to allow students to email their essays, but that is no longer a service we provide. We only offer either in-person sessions or virtual sessions. So who can visit the Writing Center is another question we also get. So our services are available not only to EPCC students, but also faculty and staff and the El Paso community as a whole. Okay, so these are two other frequently asked questions that we receive. Does my essay need to be complete for a session? No. So you're welcome to visit us at any point in your writing process. As I mentioned before, all the way from when you first receive your assignment, if you're not sure how to even begin approaching it, we can help you with brainstorming, all the way till your final edits before you look it over one last time and turn it in. Another question we also get is, do I need to work with a tutor to visit the Writing Center? So no, you don't need to work with one of the tutors. If you're visiting us to receive a verification form, yes, you do need to work with a tutor, but you are also welcome to use the space to work on your own, use our computers, and also print. You can also read on our couches. So it's open space to work on your own as well. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Okay, well, if anybody has any questions or any comments, or if they'd like to talk about their experience with going to the Writing Center, let us know. We want to listen to your stories, and we want to know how your experience went. We love listening and knowing more about EPCC services, so that way students, can know where to go. Ms. Zuniga, a question. Can we use the Writing Center for our research papers?
Yes, you absolutely can. It doesn't have to writing them as in while you're working on your own, or to help you find sources for it. I guess either way, the answer is yes. You can come visit us for your research papers. Even if you don't have a draft, you can work on it for a little while on your own, and then raise your hand and one of the tutors can come assist you whenever you're ready to receive assistance. Yes, we can also help with resume writing and cover letters, really any kind of writing. If you're writing an email to your professor and you want someone to look it over before you send it, we can look over that as well. If you're writing Blackboard posts, we can also look at those. I'm not 100% sure when they're going to be moving. I just know they're in the process of it. They were still getting the new room ready for them to move. I believe if it's not in the summer semester, it will be for sure in the fall that they will have moved. They're going to be moving to B403. Let me go back to that slide real quick so you guys can see it. Okay, does anybody have any other questions for me? Okay, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and help you guys with creating your own Grammarly account if you haven't already. So I'm going to go back to this slide. You should be able to click the link, but if you're not able to, I'll also post it in the chat so you guys can access it. so if you guys all want to go to that link, I can go ahead and show you how that'll work. Okay, so you all should be able to see my screen now. When you first get to the EDU sign up page, it'll look like this. Here you will put your EPCC email. Since I already have one, it's not going to let me, but I would just type it in here. Once you do type it in, let's see. So it won't let me do it, but it'll ask you for your name, and then it'll ask you to create a password. And then from there, you should receive a link, a confirmation code to your EPCC email. And then from there, you can create your Grammarly account. Once you do create it, you can use it several different ways. You can download the app. Let me share the screen again, actually. Okay. So once you create your account, it'll take you to a screen that looks somewhat like this. You are able to use Grammarly in your browser straight through their website. You click here to upload your essay, but you are also able to download the apps. So you can download Grammarly for Windows. This one's really helpful because it'll allow you to have access to Grammarly directly in Word and PowerPoint, any of those programs. And then you can also download it for your specific browser. You can download it for Edge, you can download it for Chrome, and that's also helpful because it'll allow you to have access to Grammarly when you're writing emails or when you're writing in Blackboard as well. Does anybody have any questions about Grammarly? Yes, this will help you with your grammar. There's a couple of different ways that it separates the suggestions for you. My favorite that I always tell students to look out for is clarity. And that'll help with making sure that your sentences are clear for your reader. And it also has, let me see what the other one is. Yeah, you can upload your essay and it'll show you how to correct your essays. One thing I do want to note is that there is an option that says accept all changes, and you want to make sure that you never click on that, because even though Grammarly is there to help you, it's still an AI that's kind of learning. So it's not always correct, and you want to make sure and read that it's the correct place to put a comma, for example. Sometimes it'll tell you to add a comma, and if you read it through it, you don't need one there. So just make sure you go and read through the suggestions. Yes, if you have any questions about Grammarly, we can definitely help you. We can help you create your account if you haven't already, and if you have any questions about how to use it, we can definitely help with that as well. Okay, so so it separates it into 4 different categories when it's offering you suggestions. It's correctness, clarity, engagement, and delivery. The ones that you should always make sure to go through are correctness and clarity. I typically try to look at one at a time because even when I'm writing essays, if I look at all of the suggestions that Grammarly is offering me at once, it becomes a little overwhelming at times. So if you separate it and you focus specifically on correctness, it'll help you with that area. And that's more so like grammar corrections that it'll offer you. And then with clarity, it just makes sure that you are coming out as clear as possible to your reader. So I think those 2 are the most important. And to go through those one at a time, I think, is definitely helpful rather than looking at all of the suggestions at once, because it can kind of be a lot sometimes. Does anybody else have any questions about Grammarly? Okay.
If anybody has any questions or if they need help with Grammarly, I mean, let us know. I just created my account, and I'm definitely going to be using it. Thank you, Ms. Unica.
Yeah, of course.
Let us know if you guys want to create your account and if you guys need any help. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Ms. Vanessa.
Yeah, of course. I can also show you guys how to find our website. So if I can take some time to do that, that would be great. So, okay, so from here you should be able to see the Writing Center website. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the ways that you can access our virtual resources would be through our website. As I mentioned, it's going to be here in the More in My EPCC. If you click on that, it'll take you to this page here. If you click on this blue button here, this will take you to our YouTube playlist. But we also have our handouts here that can help you with different types of analysis. I know right now 1302 is working on their literary analysis, so these can be really helpful in helping guide you through that process. We also have resources for APA, Chicago, and AP format. We don't have all of our resources translated into Spanish yet, but we do have some of them here. In terms of, we also have MLA, grammar. So if you need help with like your commas or fragment sentences, these can help you as well. And then in terms of professional writing, this will help with like cover letters, your letters of interest. If you're writing a scholarship essay, we have a checklist that can help guide you, and resume examples. And then here in types of writing, we have different types of essays that you might be writing, as well as how to structure your paragraphs or Blackboard posts. And then if you go back to our website and you click this blue button that turns purple, this is how you would join a virtual session with one of our tutors. With this one here. Okay, does anybody have any last questions for me?
If anybody has any questions for Ms. Shuniga, I mean, you guys can let us know in the chat. You guys can turn on your mic and let us know if you guys did try out Grammarly, if you guys signed up for it. And if you have any questions with the EPCC website, with the EPCC Writing Center website, and if you need help accessing any of their resources. Okay. No questions. Thank you so much, Ms. Ballinger.
Yes, thanks so much, everyone who came and joined us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Uniga, for the presentation. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to turn on your mic or to use the chat box. We would like to thank everyone for being a wonderful audience and for coming in today. And thank you so much, Ms. Uniga, for helping us look into the Writing Center a little bit more, into Grammarly, and for letting students know of the resources available to them. Remember that we record these sessions, so if you would like to review or to share anything from this presentation, these recorded sessions can definitely help. Earlier, we also shared the Tejano Passport link so that everyone may receive their points for coming in today. If anybody is having any issues with getting their points or you guys can't sign in, let us know and then we'll walk you through that as well. So we'll be back next week with Tejano virtual events. Let me go ahead and share the flyer so that way you guys can see our events. Okay, there we go. So next week at 11 a.m., we will be back with Happy Math Hour, where Math 1314 will cover finding zeros of polynomial functions, and Math 1324 will cover symbol and compound interest annuities. Our 1 p.m. session next week will be a presentation for La Nube, the shape of imagination. We hope to see you all again for Tejano virtual events, and we hope everyone has a restful weekend. If you guys have any questions or anything, let us know. But for now, thank you so much, Ms. Uniga, and thank you everybody for coming in today. We hope you all have a lovely weekend.